everybody. Welcome to Hey, We're Talking. Me, Scotty D, got Derek Tant and Bob Peel in the house.
What's up?
Hey.
Hi.
That's it?
Yeah.
Gangsters,
We already talked.
What's up, guys?
We already talked to each other before the show, so what else is there to discuss?
Yeah, so let's just end the show. Wrap it up, Scott.
Wrap it up.
Let's go. Wrap it up.
Very short podcast today here on Hey, We're Talking. All right. Well, we're here, and I do want to start the show out by saying, first off, thank you to Chris Bean from Numa Coffee. Guy is awesome. He's got a lot of cool stuff going on right now. We want you to head on over to Numa Coffee, P-N-E-U-M-A, coffee.com. Get yourself some coffee. It's good stuff. I mean,
who wants coffee? Coffee? Anybody?
Everybody wants coffee. I mean, these guys are drinking coffee. I've had a bunch of coffee already today. So, and Derek, every time I see that mug, I love it. I wish I could describe it perfectly. It's like pottery, basically. It's like
it is.
Somebody made it.
It's like actual pottery.
It's handmade.
Handmade, fired. It's got the imprint of the mustache.
Yeah, it's got a
on
mustachio, like the old timey mustache that's curled up on the sides. It looks nice. It's just a nice mug. I really like it. I enjoy that mug.
I didn't make it.
I know.
I like it too.
I wouldn't say that I'm jealous that you have it. I just like it. I think it's a very nice mug.
You should grow a mustache like that, Scott.
No.
One of those big poofy mustaches with the little curls at the end.
I did have a goofy... when I had a big beard and I was letting the mustache grow out at one time, I shaved all the beard off and left the mustache. Came out and Cheryl was like... and I was like, what? It looks good. And she's like, you are not keeping that. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And I kept it for like one day and then shaved it off.
Right before Halloween, I think I mentioned it on the show before, but I'll mention it again. Right before Halloween, my character was Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have a big mustache, but my mustache wasn't big enough to do that, so I got a fake mustache. But in order for that fake mustache to stick, I had to shave everything off.
Yeah.
So at that time, I had a pretty good beard going. So I decided to do it step by step and take pictures. So I've got all the pictures, So basically, I wound up with from a big beard to just an old school goatee.
Yeah.
Then I took off the goatee and just left a handlebar mustache, and then cut it down into just a mustache, just to be goofy. And mustaches are strange. Porn stars, pedophiles, police officers. Them are the only ones that have mustaches.
And people gave you a hard time about the mustache. I remember in our little group chat, there were people like, oh my gosh, because you tried to do a Ron Swanson mustache and people were like, oh dude. And I was like, he's Ron Swanson. Why is that funny?
I don't know.
Stupid.
Yeah, haters are going to hate.
Yeah, haters going to hate.
That's all.
Yeah, so anyway, back to Numa Coffee. I almost forgot. NumaCoffee.com. If you go there, get some coffee, HWT, 20% off. That's all you need to know. Speaking of hair and the way people do stuff to their beards, do you guys know who Joey Lawrence is? The guy from Blossom. Whoa. You know that guy?
Whoa. Yeah.
Well, he's like all grown up now. He's like old. He's like my age probably. But he is on Celebrity Big Brother this year. And he has the most bizarre shape. Like, it's like, you know how people like back in the 90s, like, do you remember that group Color Me Bad? It's like a boy band, but...
I remember them, but I don't remember the facial
You know how
hair.
you would do that, like, really thin, and then have the big goatee and stuff, and it's like,
I've had that.
What are you doing here? Joey Lawrence kind of has that kind of look going, and it's 2019. It's bizarre.
I also recently saw a picture of myself with my Amish beard. So there was no mustache.
I don't.
And it was just all along my cheekbone, my chin line, all the way down. It was just one of those strange Amish beards, and I'm like, man, I should grow that back. And my wife's like, no.
I am not a fan of the Amish beard. I am not a fan.
And you know what happens every time we want to do something that our wives don't? They use something to threaten us. So you shave it or else. All right, fine. Gone.
Interesting. Yeah. But don't go the Amish beard. No, don't do that. I'm not a fan of that either. But I mean, who cares what I think? I'm not. It does. You're not. I'm not gonna smooch you or anything. So who cares?
No, not at all. No, and right now I'm just a lot of laziness is set in.
Yeah.
So I haven't shaved
because you didn't have to go to work, right? Because of the cold.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just working from home.
Yeah, it was very cold this morning here. It got down to 39 degrees.
Such an idiot.
Nice.
Dude, last night it was like So, of course, we're recording this before Monday, guys. So just so you know, it was really cold in the Midwest. The polar vortex came in and destroyed all of humanity. There was, I think, Bob, you guys had it way colder than us. It was negative 24 here last night and negative 36 with the wind chill.
This morning, the coldest temp was negative 25, and last night or the other night, we had temperatures negative 48, negative 52 with the wind chill was the coldest I saw.
Gosh, dude! Like so,
and then of course we got a bunch of snow dumped down before all that, so it's been a brutal couple days.
Yeah, and then the funniest thing is this weekend here in Michigan, at least, it's going to be like 45 degrees.
Oh yeah, same here.
It's all going to melt.
It'll be 48 on Monday. So.
What is the temperature outside right now for you guys?
By me, I think it's like, if I remember correctly, it's 2 degrees. Yeah, it's 2.
68 degrees out here.
68? I wish it was 68.
That's like perfect. Oh, by the way,
temperature now,
did they do this to you, Bob? I'm sorry. Tell your temperature.
It's negative 2.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And we've got snow coming in.
Okay, listen.
It's going to start snowing in the next half hour.
We had and I know there was a problem here too, but there's a place, Consumers Energy gives people some of the gas here in the Detroit area. They sent out a text it was like on the emergency broadcast of the phones, and they asked us to turn our heat down to 65 degrees. And I was like, no. Because they said there was an accident at one of their things and they were losing natural gas and they couldn't keep up.
Yeah, we didn't have a problem like that.
The fact that they even asked that to me is kind of like, are you serious right now? It's negative 24 outside. No, because the problem is so let's say you did that and then you're like, man, we're freezing to death. Plus you got to remember, what if you go too low, your pipes freeze? I mean, you had that problem, didn't you?
I did. So last night I went to go hop in a shower, turned on the shower, hopped in, and then it stopped.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, what the hell happened? So I mess around with it. The cold water pipe froze. So, and I have one of those single ones, and my house is so old that when you turn it on, the heat comes first. The hot line comes first instead of the cold.
Yeah.
Which is backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, when you turn that single one, it should be cold first. So, we couldn't leave our bathtub at a trickle because
it'll just be hot.
It'll just be hot water coming out of the hot water heater, and that does nothing. Gosh. So, luckily, right on the other side of the shower in those faucets, there's a wall, and there's an access panel to get in there because people have replaced pipes and this and that over time. So I took a heater and put it in there and was using a blow dryer and wound up getting it thawed out. Now there's a heater sitting over there, at least until probably sometime tomorrow, because otherwise it's going to freeze up again.
Yeah, that actually happens to me around here. There is a small part of the water line that comes out of the ground and into the house outside.
Oh my gosh.
Where we have like an outside faucet, and it's about maybe less than a foot of exposed PVC pipe, but it is the water line intake. And on cold mornings, like cold for here,
yeah,
we're talking usually like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, usually also with lots of wind.
Yeah.
It can freeze.
Sure.
And I like to insulate it every year, during the winter time, get some fiberglass insulation around. That usually does the trick, but if I forget, and usually just putting a towel over it to shield it from like the from the cold does the trick. But it does freeze occasionally, and I have to do the hair dryer trick outside.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like when they tell you turn your heat down, especially because the way my house is set up now. This is amazing podcast, by the way. People are really enjoying this. But hey, listen, this is what happens when you live in a cold place. All my stuff is like, I got stuff like pipes out in the garage that actually have like a heating element on them because they're exposed and stuff. But it's like when they tell you turn your heat down, I'm thinking, dude, I'm not going to pay the $1,000 to have the plumber come out and fix my burst pipe or something like that.
And not only that, if the temperature in your house goes low, 65, getting it back lower than 65, getting it back up to normal temperature is going to be a lot of wear and tear on your furnace because they're not made to constantly run all the time.
No.
So,
yeah. What happens if you lose? And what happens if you lose gas anyway? You could have had your gas. You could have had your temperature in the 70s, and then you could have let it. It could have come down slowly. But if you're at 65, and then you lose the gas anyway, then it's just even more colder. And you have to build a fire in the middle of the living room to keep warm.
You have to burn your
and then
couch.
you die of carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
And so then
you got that going for you. Then you'll be in heaven, and it's like a perfect 72 degrees in heaven. I think no humidity.
Whatever your favorite temperature is.
Is that how it's going to be? I don't think that's how it's going to be.
Jesus' favorite temperature.
Oh, okay.
You're going to learn to like it. You're
Okay.
going to learn to appreciate it.
All right.
Whatever Jesus likes, that's going to be the perfect temperature, and you're just going to appreciate it.
I just wish global warming would come back.
Dude.
Not my will, but thine, O Lord.
Listen, the people that lost their minds when a certain someone in our country said that during this made me laugh.
But that was
hard.
a dumb thing to say.
No, well, okay. Let's not let's not go there
We'll
because
not.
I have a different opinion.
We'll talk about it off air. That is so funny.
It is funny. So, Derek, before we started the show, we were talking, and you and I have been known to follow a young man named Cole Robinson. He's probably not that young, but he's an interesting person.
Hey, Fatty!
That's the guy. When we play that drop, that's the guy. He yells at you and curses and tells you that when you're a fat person, it's your own fault and you need to stop eating. And he has I know people are going to be like, what? You have to eat? No, you don't. But there's a drink that you drink so that you don't, die or anything like that. But anyway, we were talking about this because you're going to start doing something you were telling us with your son. Now let's hear the story. You're going to do some kind of fasting. Is this like a tournament of fasting?
It's not. I'm going to be the one to do something. He ever since the beginning of the year, he's really into fitness. My son actually did lose a little bit of weight over the past year, from his freshman year of high school to his sophomore year in high school, and so now he's like this fitness monster. He's an athletic beast.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm still fat. And,
Hey, Fatty!
and he was wanting to do some sort of challenge. He wants me to do push-ups. He wants me to be able to increase my push-ups or whatever. But recently, my son has gone into a program where he can finish high school quicker.
Okay.
It's like computer modules. It's all at his own pace.
Nice.
And he is crushing it. I mean, there's a chance that he could be finished with high school this year.
Nice.
Wow.
Around the time he turns 16.
That's amazing.
So
what does this have to do with you fasting?
So I told him right before the show, I was like, maybe we should race because he can go at his own pace on this program.
Okay.
I was like, maybe we should race to see who can get to if I can get to my goal weight first, or if you can graduate high school first.
Oh, wow. You're trying to get your kid to graduate high school really quick.
So he was like, he just goes, bet.
Bet.
I know it's like a teenage.
Oh yeah. My kid.
Bet. I was like, I'd like to, get skinny and get to my goal weight before you reach, before you finish high school. And now we can actually literally race.
Okay.
Because he's been blowing through some of these modules at school. He is super intelligent, smarter than I am, and he was like, bet.
So what do you guys win?
Hey, Fatty!
I don't know. I literally spoke the thing into existence right before we started the show.
Okay.
So it's still in the negotiation period.
Yeah. So we've got to figure
throw
it out.
some ideas out here.
Okay. Bottle of
What do you-
whiskey.
No, he can't have whiskey. What?
Hey, if he's out of high school, why not?
I mean, we can have whiskey. Look
I
at
know.
this.
Derek,
This
by
is
the
the-
way, he's holding up some Weller, the original
Antique
wheated
107.
bourbon, Antique
Yeah.
107.
Very hard to find around the country.
Okay. I bet you Bob could go up to Benny's and get it.
Probably.
Well, my My brother cannot find it in Nashville.
Whoa.
And Nashville is like right next to Kentucky, where they make all this stuff.
Wow.
So and they got a lot of.
Nashville's like probably has a ton of whiskey drinkers, so it's probably hard to keep bourbon around.
When I went there, I went to some of their local liquor store, one called Cork Dorks.
Okay.
Great. This is great. And I mean they have like store picks. You know, they have those bottles where they go and where the actual store goes to the distillery and they pick out their own barrel.
Wow.
And they bottle it for the store. They had tons of stuff. But apparently this stuff is hard to find. So but we're not gonna.
Derek's collecting bourbon. So, but give me an idea. What could you give him? You gonna give him like a brand new car or something if he wins?
He's got a car.
Okay.
He needs to get his driver's license first.
What?
Wow.
He's 15.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Grow up, John.
What kind of car does he have?
He has a Pontiac Sunfire.
Wow.
2005 Pontiac Sunfire that belonged to me, and then before that, it belonged to my wife.
Oh, nice.
It is a chick car for sure.
You could totally sell your espresso machine and get him a better car.
Who wants coffee? Coffee? Anybody?
Don't you think?
So as you guys know, my wife and I have been doing the whole fitness thing for a while. My wife a lot longer than I have.
They brag about it online all the time. Go ahead.
I don't brag about it.
Yeah, you do. Go ahead.
My wife shows her progress, which is awesome, but I haven't posted any pictures or anything. But anyways, so the one thing that a lot of people that exercise and all that stuff with muscle fatigue and all that stuff, they usually use like a protein powder.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. Get a protein powder. Helps kind of rejuvenate your muscles and heal faster and all that stuff.
Okay.
But I will tell you guys, there is nothing I've ever had that is like a protein fart.
What?
Yes.
Where did this come from?
Well, we were talking about working out and all dieting and all that stuff. So and I've been wanting to talk about it on the show. So this protein powder, it's just a chocolate, protein powder, whatever.
Yeah.
But for some reason, these protein powders give me terrible, horrible gas.
It's the lactose, because you're lactose intolerant.
No, it's lactose free.
They say that, but they make me sick all the time too, even if they're not lactose
It's
free.
because of the amount of protein you're taking in.
Really?
And you have to have like a balance of carbohydrates and this and this and that in order to do it. But I'll tell you, if you guys want to fart, I mean,
it sounds like a dangerous fart. I don't want it.
I'll challenge Paul Flart.
Oh, really?
Because they're that good.
Wow.
From a protein fart.
So what you're telling me is you like the consistency of the fart. You're not worried about it. It's not like a keto fart.
Oh no. I'm not worried about it.
You got to be careful. Keto fart. Don't trust a keto fart. My goodness.
The farts are dangerous.
Man, they are. Derek, do you trust a keto fart?
Ooh, you gotta be. The first, in
the beginning phases for sure.
The first day or two is fine, but once you get further in, that's when
it's dangerous.
Things get scary.
Every single person I talk to, this is what's crazy. So this is why I say, like, sometimes I'm all in on keto and sometimes I'm like, this can't be good, because there'll just be like a month straight where it's just like pure Hershey squirts after you eat, like a half hour after you eat. I mean, you don't feel sick even. You just go, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. You sit down. I mean, it's just like Mount Vesuvius of just pure liquid just piling out of you. And you're like, why is this happening? I thought my
Hershey
body
would
was
like
getting
to
healthy.
Sponsor Hayward Talk.
The Hershey squirts. Isn't that sad that poor Hershey got that title?
Yeah, but it's advertisement every time somebody says it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
I think they're fine. They're doing well. I think they'll
just
make
a callback, because we talked about this, I think, last week. The Oreo, what is it called? What was it? The Most stuff?
Most.
Tried one. And I want to hear what you think first, Bob.
I love them. I do. They're 110 calories a cookie, and
for one cookie,
and it's got a half inch of cream in between the cookies, and we've gone through 3 packages in my house.
Get out of here!
Now I haven't eaten 3 packages myself.
Kids mostly, but your wife had one.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was going to say that doesn't fit in.
No, she eats. very
Cheryl
clean.
hated them. Cheryl hated them. I was like, these are the best thing that's ever happened. What are you talking
They're
about?
amazing.
It's
They
got
are
the most
amazing.
important part of the Oreo, just a lot. not
I'm
the
just
most
glad they're a limited edition.
Yeah. She told me there was the different flavors that Oreo is coming out with are crazy. She told
I've
me
not
one
tried
of them,
any of them.
and I was like, "What?
Yeah, they got like cookies, like
Pumpkin
an actual
latte
cookies and cream
and- yeah,
latte, this and this and that. I do like the mint Oreos.
yeah. I like the peanut butter.
I think
ones.
those are good, but other than that, I haven't tried any of them.
Look at Derek's just like no. He doesn't like any of those. His face just was like no.
Just give me classic Oreo, guys. Maybe the double stuff.
But double
No,
stuff
the
isn't
most-
double stuff anymore. They squished it down to what it used to be when you had a normal Oreo.
Yeah,
They cheated
and now
us.
they got Oreo thins.
Get out! What?
Yeah, have you seen those
No,
Oreo thins?
that's
They're
dumb.
literally
No.
like the cookie is like half of a normal cookie,
Really?
and it's got just a little inside, and that's it. They're garbage.
Oh my gosh.
It's all cookie with a little cream.
It's stupid. All right. Listen,
But Oreo, if you want to sponsor Hey We're Talking, just send us an email at heywe'retalking@gmail.oreo.com.
.com, not Oreo.com. Derek, what are you doing here? You're playing around with your screen. What's happening?
Nothing.
You're
you doing?
unfocusing and stuff. What's happening?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
He was Googling
He's
Oreo flavors.
He's doing something.
No.
Anyway, he's messing around. He's mucking about. Anyway,
Sorry.
We're-
I gotta run an errand later on. I gotta get dog food at Tractor Supply. I need to see if they have something else there.
Okay.
Might as well, while y'all are talking about, freaking Oreos or whatever, might as well research my stuff.
we're gonna
Yeah,
wrap up
y'all,
the
I
show.
got to go down to the Tractor Supply
Tractor
place
Supply and
and
get
get
some
myself an Oreo.
coffee, chicory coffee, and I got
Gotta get
myself a watering trough for the horses, and
Get some hay. I got to stock up on hay.
need some boots. My boots are getting
Oh, yeah.
torn up.
Have y'all been to a Tractor Supply?
No,
It's like
Yes.
Walmart for dudes. It's great.
Yes, that's out here. We have Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
what?
Yeah, that's what it's called, Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Okay,
Or there's a place called Our Place,
okay.
and it literally they have stock feed. They've got everything. It's unreal.
This
They've
show
got fishing
took a
stuff.
very
They've got
weird
yard
turn.
stuff. It's an awesome
It's
place.
so manly. Everybody loves it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna wrap up the show. We'll see you in 2 days. Until then, au revoir.
Transform!